This is pretty much a summary video and little odds and ends that you'll want to know when you're staying here, including transportation, what to expect while you're here, different features of the resort and so on. There are several of these videos, so go ahead and listen to them all because you'll want to know these for when you're staying here. Okay, let's talk about transportation here. When it comes to transportation, you can do one of a couple things. Initially, we thought we would rent a vehicle and get around, but my wife wasn't very comfortable with it because you have to drive on the left-hand side of the road. And we thought, well, let's this time around just take the taxis, because we know there's taxis, regular taxis, which are usually buses, and then there's also a bus that's kind of like an open-air safari truck kind of thing, and it's only $1 to take that, which is pretty cheap. Now, from here at Point Pleasant, the shuttle, they have their own little shuttle here that just takes you around the area of the complex. Now, they will take you all the way to the end of the resort drive. And at the end of the resort drive, there's a little area that you can sit or stand, and you can flag down when these open safari vans, $1 transportation comes through. That comes through pretty regularly. I'd say probably every, 10 minutes or so, one's coming through there. And you just flag them down and they'll stop for you. And they'll take you into, there's a town pretty close here called Red Hook. They'll take you into there. There's plenty to eat there. There's actually, in the evening too, there's also some nightlife there too if you want to take advantage of it. But there's several restaurants there, from relatively inexpensive to modestly priced, a little further up there. All of it very, very good. There's also a pharmacy in Red Hook if you need it too. Now, in Red Hook is also the ferry, and I know that ferry leaves, it goes to St. John. And at the time I'm shooting this, I think it was only, I think it was like $6 one way, so round trip for one person is $12. So my wife and I, total round trip, it was $24 when we went over to St. John. I believe they also go to Tortola, in which case, I think on that one though you have to have your passport and so on. There's also, I noticed there are inter-island tours there, so there's probably other places that you can go do a little bit of research when it comes to Red Hook and where you can leave from Red Hook. But that's the small town. Now there's also a plaza here that it's a little further away, but it's got things like a Kmart in there. There's even an Office Max there. There's more of your normal everyday things there. I believe there's a McDonald's there and a KFC if you want, but that's a little ways away from here. Now, one thing I do want to mention on those little $1 open-air safari things, it'll take you into Red Hook. I know this is kind of odd, but it's only $1 per person to go in the Red Hook on it, but you'll have to get a taxi to come back out of Red Hook. For some reason, they have a very specific route, and it doesn't include cycling back around through here. A taxi, at the time that I'm shooting this, from Red Hook, I believe we were paying $5 or $6 somewhere in there. And taxis are everywhere. And the easiest spot to get a taxi, though, is right at the ferry terminal area. There's always a gazillion taxi people waiting there. They can take you back here. So that's where I'm going to end this video, and we'll move on to another segment.